Want to get more money for your home? Of course you do. The question is where to invest your money for the most disproportionate returns possible. And in this video, I'm going to expose exactly how we invested $5,000 into one of our clients' homes and we got $50,000 more on the sales price, and how you can incorporate that into your property today. Hey everybody, it's CJ Ports with Fievel Real Estate, and I've been selling real estate for over 12 years. And if you're in the market to buy or sell your property in the Sacramento area or the surrounding suburbs and you feel like you need some guidance, feel free to book an intro call with me using a link in the description below. I would be happy to help. Investment option number one, fresh paint. Now, I'm not talking about painting the entire interior because most likely that would take up most of our $5,000 budget, but it is important to make sure that the primary rooms look crisp and clean. A good option for people is to paint the floorboards. Have you ever walked into a property and seen the corners of the core boards scuffed and torn? It looks like this property has been very much used and has a lot of wear and tear. And when you walk in it as a potential new buyer, you're not going to be looking at how well it lives, but more so it's a little bit beaten up and run down. A fresh coat of paint on a wall or a primary wall in one of the main living spaces can go a long ways. Now, you can choose to hire somebody to do this, or you can do it yourself. But if you do it yourself, the most important thing that you need to pay attention to is make sure that your lines are crisp and clean. A novice painter versus a seasoned painter is so obvious to a potential home buyer, and they will know if it's a DIY project or if it was done by someone who took a little extra care when painting the room. Investment option number two, landscaping. Landscaping is one of the most simple options you can do to significantly increase your curb appeal when a potential buyer drives up to your home. Now, it's super important that you do some good landscaping prior to the photos being taken of your home. We'll talk about the photos in a minute, but it is important because that's what people are going to be seeing on a daily basis when they're searching the internet for homes for sale and your home pops up. Another easy option for you to do is add some flowers in the front. Update the mulch so that it looks fresh and new. This makes the property look clean and crisp and ready to move into. If you see cobwebs on the house, depending on the time of year, spray it down with the hose, make sure that there's not spider webs in the back, and that everything looks like it's a well-manicured lawn. Doing these simple things by having a landscaper come out and spending a day in your yard will significantly increase the ability for you to sell your property at a higher price. Investment option number three, professional photos. Now, I know I just said option, but to be totally clear, this is a non-negotiable for me. If you're selling your property and you're putting it on the MLS and major websites, it is absolutely required that you have professional photos, and not just any professional photos taken with different exposures. The reason I say different exposures is because if you just take a simple single photo of a living room, for example, the living room may look great and photogenic, but when you look at the window or the big doors, the glass doors, and you try and look outside, it's blurred. If you take multiple photos with different exposures from the same position, like a good real estate photographer will do, it will not only show how beautiful the living space is, but it will also show the great outdoor space and the beautiful landscaping that you just did in the backyard or front yard. So photos are the most important thing, in my opinion, that you cannot negotiate on and you should absolutely pay extra for. Keep in mind too, most of the people that are coming to your house are searching the internet. They're searching the internet, and the first things they're seeing is they're scrolling through the photos. Before they even look at the square footage, before they even look at the price, they're scrolling through the photos. So you want to make sure that you're putting your best foot forward. So the exterior photos have to be spectacular, but you want your first 5 photos to be really the top points of your property. And what I mean by that is if you have a beautiful living room, that should be your second or third photo. That way you're really broadcasting and showcasing the best portions of your property up front. All of the additional photos of the laundry room and the extra baths can go towards the end. Put your best foot forward at the beginning, and that will absolutely increase your ability to increase traffic into your home and subsequently get you a better price for your property. Investment option number 4, drone photography or drone video. Now, I'm going to start with clarification. This really isn't appropriate for every home and in every purchasing class, but there are some homes that are in a great location and you want to broadcast and showcase how easily accessible some things are around your property. For example, if a person is moving from out of state and they're looking at your property and you show that you have close proximity to, say, downtown area and working hubs, that might be a real affirmation for them to take a serious look at your property or to ask their real estate agent to go take a secondary look for them. So if there are things around your home like parks, paseos, shopping centers, access to working hubs, entertainment spaces, rivers, lakes, anything like that you think is noteworthy, consider using drone photography. Now, if your property really doesn't have anything that's in close proximity like that, I wouldn't do that because it doesn't really broadcast or show your property off. I think it's actually a disadvantage. So be sure to take that into consideration when selecting drone photography or not. Investment option number 5, staging. Now, like drone pictures, staging isn't appropriate for every home, but for some homes it can be a huge advantage. What I mean by that is if you have a vacant property and you want to show potential buyers how the home lives, staging may be a great option for you. It can get a little expensive, so an alternative option is digital staging. And what that means is when the photographer's done taking pictures of your vacant property, they'll actually add in digital furniture in there. Just be sure to disclose that when potential buyers are looking at the property so that they know that there isn't furniture in the space. The next thing that I do want to say is that even if you live in the property, there are ways you can prepare your property for potential buyers to come and visit your home. That's also kind of considered a part of staging. Let's say, for example, you have someone walking into your home and you have pictures of your family on the wall, of your grandmother, of activities you've done. It really feels like it's your space and it doesn't feel like it's their potential home. So to make the space a little bit more neutral and more inviting to potential buyers, take those items down and put them in a box. You're gonna be packing them up either way when you move, so it's important for you to do that before photos get taken of your property and before you have potential buyers come into your space that feel like they're walking into someone else's home. That's really not the feeling you want to add in on their potential visit. The second thing that I want you to take into consideration is countertop space. This is probably the most annoying part for some people, but it is so important. And I'm specifically talking about kitchen countertop space and I'm talking about the bathroom space, but let's focus on the kitchen. When you're having pictures of your kitchen and you have a toaster on your countertop, you have a coffee maker on your countertop, say you have a microwave on your countertop, those take up huge amounts of space and a big footprint on your countertop. And you want to show people that you have a kitchen that's bright and open with tons of countertop space. So take those items down, put them away for the photos. If you need your coffee maker like I do, bring it back up and have that option out or have that item out there on the countertop. And it doesn't matter if potential buyers come in at that point because you just need your coffee. But those little tips and tricks really make potential buyers feel like they're walking into a space that they can imagine themselves and their families moving into. So be sure to take those items down when you're selling your property. Hey everyone, before I let you go, I do want to talk to you briefly about Fievel Real Estate. Now, full disclosure, this is my company. I am the broker and the founder of the company, but I started it because I wanted to offer some sense of value to sellers when it comes time to sell their homes. Look, living in California, you get nickeled and dimed and taxed and then dimed and then nickeled and then taxed every corner you turn. And I thought Fievel Real Estate could do something that offers a little bit of a better option and huge values to sellers. We list your home for a fair, flat fee of just under $5,000, and we do everything from start to sold and beyond. Contract negotiations, marketing, compliance. We give you guidance throughout the entire process, just what a traditional agent would do, and then more. It's so important for us for you to enjoy your experience when it comes time to sell your home, because it's already stressful for you and your family. And if you have someone like Fievel Real Estate in your corner, it can alleviate a lot of those stresses and concerns. And on average, we save our clients over $15,000 $1,000 in commissions. That's real money that you put in your pocket that can go towards a new car, that can go towards college tuition, or go away for a rainy day. So if you'd like more information, or if you'd like to consider listing with Fievel, there's a link in the description below. We would love to work with you. Thank you for watching this video. I know when it comes time to sell your home, it can be really daunting and oftentimes scary, and these 5 tips will certainly help you and give you a better option to sell your home at a higher price. Now, if you're interested in selling your property or buying a property in Sacramento or the surrounding areas and you'd like some guidance, feel free to book an intro call with me using the link in the description below. We'd be happy to help.